think I'd like to do a public service announcement about safety margins. So I've teased Wynn since I've known him about being Grandpa Jones. I always call him Grandpa Jones when we're going, and if we need to go somewhere in a hurry, I'm driving. So, but his truck is big. He's got an F450 that's a dually, and so, you know, granted, it's heavy. It takes a while to stop it. So he'll leave large safety margins and swing wide on corners, things like that. Well, now I'm out here and I see why. I see where that comes from. We have, out here he will leave a pretty wide margin, and it's dependent on a number of things. What is it? Tell me what, I'm going to put it on you.
Okay, so normally it kind of depends on what you're driving on, like interstate highway or, you know, in town or wherever. But, you know, you just try to stay safe, keep enough distance where in case somebody does something silly and not thinking about what's behind them, that I've got a chance to stop or to get around them or to have an escape plan. So,
okay,
do yourself a favor. Don't be jumping down in front of trucks. It takes us about 4 times longer to stop after we recognize there's a problem than it does for you folks to be in 4-wheelers.
Okay, so we're in 4-wheelers, and you know, I'll get behind a truck, or a truck will pull in front of me or whatever, and I'll groan and, oh my gosh, I can't see around him, and if it's wet, he's throwing stuff up on me. And so I like to get around them too, and I'll zip around them and then pull over in front of them. And I really do try to be conscientious and give them space, give them room, because I know it takes a long time for them to stop. But it really takes a long time sometimes, depending on if you're loaded really heavy. And like this last load that he just dropped off, it was liquid. And so for those, you go to put on your brakes with liquid, and that's all going to shift forward and push your truck, even if your brakes are trying to stop you. And then once you hit a certain point, then it all sloshes back the other direction and pulls you backward.
Back forward.
So, yeah, and then back forward again. And anyway, most drivers that drive that kind of thing, they're acutely aware, and, you know, they're trained to compensate and know all the tricks. But still, you get somebody out here pulling out their NASCAR skills and zipping around, and I mean, we just saw this happen, and that's why I'm doing a public service announcement. I've seen it over and over, and it just happened again. So, and then the another little thing, then this is just a little, some years ago I started seeing these signs on the back of trucks that said, if you can't see my mirrors, I can't see you. Well, that had never occurred to me. But Wynn is constantly looking out of the mirrors out of both sides, and all of a sudden he'll go, where'd you go? Where'd you go? They're always aware, most drivers I think, are aware of their surroundings, of who's in front of them, who's behind them, who's beside them. And if they lose track of you right behind them,
it's scary.
It's scary. It's just really uncomfortable for them, because they don't know, they can't see you. So anyway, that's kind of my public service announcement, to just be aware that when you go to zip and we're bouncing, we're heading into the high wind area. So they've had these electronic signs flashing, danger, danger, Will Robinson. And when commented, he said, well, we're about to go play fly a kite. So I'm going to get buckled in here. But I did want to let you know what I've observed about cars. I think a lot of them just aren't aware, and they will pull in front of a truck way too close, and then, like I say, when we'll I've learned all kinds of new colorful names for people that don't drive safely. But anyway, all right, time to buckle in. Bye.